defending the drag. I'm going to do it in the context of the defense that we run. I don't want to go off script and just create something that's not in tune with what we do. So the plays we're going to look at are going to be match. It can leverage the drag plays somewhat, and then we're going to look at cover 6, 9, and 4. So we will do the drag or the match first. We'll just use the big nickel. And concept. Now this isn't 100% shut down, nor should it be. It's football. You still want the guy to make the read. Let's go random mesh. So one thing we want to do is shade outside. And then I like to do one or two things with the match. You're going to pick and choose what you like. The even coverages I like a little better, but the match will out leverage the drags. So we can either bluff blitz the defensive end on the 3 receiver side. Okay. It won't work 100% of the time, but what he does is he takes that number 3 receiver, so the other guys don't have to worry about him so much. They can kind of let the play flow. This way, you know, they're both 3 receivers. I would still go to the right. Okay. 72. Probably doesn't matter a whole lot. You can see how it can leverage the drag that way. You can put him in a spy, but it doesn't work the same. Again, we'll hook the 3 receiver side. That wheel route was wide open on the right, and then that got out leveraged a little bit. So another thing you can do, and this other tactic I like a little better. It just depends on what play they're running to. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Is the 3 receiver side, simply put him in a vertical hook. If it's the defensive end, it'll always be down. If you use the defensive tackle, I don't like it as well. He doesn't have enough speed, he doesn't really do anything, and he can't get out where he needs to be. So vertical hook on the 3 receiver side. You can leverage it pretty good. And let me get some field for Brady to work with here. Go back to 20. There, gives him 80 yards of field. Alright, so put him in a vertical hook. He also gets a little jam when you do that. Vertical hook on the now we would play as this guy, so we'll just do it the way we would play it. Kind of watch the drag routes, okay? I'm playing, I really can't. But just kind of watch the drag routes. That wheel route will get you, but I mean, that's football. 3 receiver side, vertical hook, outside shade. Shuts it down pretty decent. I mean, you give up a little pass rush for that. If you use a defensive tackle, you got to be careful because it's either up or down. So if you want a vertical hook on the right, you got to do it that way. Now, that's one way to do it. We'll do one more. If you're worried about that wheel route, do the other guy. But okay. Now we're going to do it in the context of our defense. A couple things we've got to be aware of. We're going to play quarters D, drag route, or yeah, mesh concept. Okay. So we do the cover 4, cover 6, or cover 9, which is really in the context of our defense. We can hard flat, and then the running back. The defensive end, where we're worried about the slot streak, because remember, when we shade, we don't get a jam. Okay, we do not get a jam on the receiver. So that slot receiver won't be actually in this formation, but the slot receiver is going to get a free release, and we need something to protect us from that. So we always just want to do the defensive end that's we think that the streak will come from. Okay. Now, when we shade, you know, it's a cover 4 drop, right? So the pattern match isn't the same. Okay. So again, where are you worried about the streak coming from? That's what you really got to contend with. Like on this formation. Here, I'll show you. So we'd probably do that. He's probably the biggest threat. And then we can play as this guy over here. Oh, I missed the fucking pick. Fucker. If you want to do it this way, if you think he's more of a threat, you know, you can do that. It's the only danger with that, right? Let's do the 3 receiver side. That might be a little better tactic. But you're taking away the drag routes, right? Now, since we're not pattern reading, we can play either safety. Let's play our area. Okay. Do that. We can probably play as this guy. See what happens.
Let's go up. No, 66.
It's a good trap play, though.
Wait, set. Wide 80.
And we got better ones, so I'll just bear with me here. Okay, so you probably want to pick the guy that, if you're in the cover 4, they can help you out a little bit, and you take the other safety. Remember, when we shade, we're spot dropping. And that's a problem, right? That's going to be the problem. Okay. Now, we can also go to cover 6. Get the same thing. Now, this one's a little different, and I like this better. It's got better protection. Okay. Now, of course, the thing that's going to get us, if there's a streak on the right, there's going to be a window. So that's what we're given the offense, but that's what we're giving the offense on this particular play. So just bear with me here. This is a much better way of dealing with it, I think. So the cover 6. And we always want to do the end that's on the safety side. Okay.
Hit, hit. 72.
If you look, if you're playing a human being, that's why I picked Brady. He's going to be, computer Brady's a lot smarter than any human that you're going to play, right? Stack formation, built for that. You know, there's not a lot out there. If a guy's throwing dig routes on you, just pay attention to where he's throwing them. Okay. And there's our setup.
Check it.
We're attacking it.
Wait, set. 53.
If you wanted to use a defensive tackle, you just got to be aware of left or right. Okay. If you want better pass rush, do a defensive tackle.
Sugar, sugar.
Oh, I missed it. Fucker. That's why we want speed out there. Okay, so again, that's where we're at.
Ozzy, Ozzy.
Okay. Cover 9 similar.
Wait, set. 180.
Okay. Hard flat. And play it that way.
Hey, Alabama, Alabama.
That's the problem. Okay, so there's our problem. Right
Wait, set.
there. But again, you know, that's what we gave them. Cover 2 side's going to have that problem. So we have cover 6 invert, right? So we can play games with them and put that guy in the vertical hook, and that might help us out with that a little bit.
Check it, reload.
Okay, that was a wheel route. Again, you're playing fucking Brady, so. Now our normal cover 6, right, would stop that wheel route. That's why we would call it, but we're playing, you know, we're taking away the drag route, so. Not bad, though. So our invert, safety side, ready to go.
Wait, wait, hit.
I got old Brady on that. Okay.
Wait, set.
And we'll look at the replay. The invert does a few things. Okay, it really fucks with the offense, right? And there's some holes in it, but you're taking away the drag routes, right? You're taking away a down. That's what we're doing. We're gambling on a down. There is one thing that we want to look at here, and from a protection standpoint, we will call cover 6 and run a 4 verts.
Wait,
So
set.
you know when we hard flat this, Let's say we're playing the drag concept. That receiver on the left has a pretty good chance of getting in that window, right?
Wait when you hit.
Brady can see it. That's also a danger there with the four verts. A lot of ground for us to cover
Wide 20.
if we hard flat it. Okay, a lot of shit for us to cover because that slot receiver gets a free release. That's going to be the issue with it. Now,
Round 80.
the receiver on the left as well is going to be that window right there. Okay, so that's the problem with that. And one thing you can do is to an invert. At least we protect ourselves on the left. We don't have to worry about that as much.
Alpha.
Still, it's a lot of ground for us to cover. So in a 3x1 like that, I'd probably go this route. Okay. To play the drag and the four verts.
Hey, goal 66.
Makes sense. And
Wide 80.
2x2 four verts isn't near as scary. It's a harder pass to complete, really, but we'll do that. Four verts there. So 2x2. We can go cover 6. Oh, that's not the 2x2 I thought it was.
380 hit.
It's not as bad.
Wait 20.
I'll change formations in a second. Okay. Really? Fuckers don't have a four verts in this? There we go.
Wait 20.
Okay, so there's that. Tight ends who is going to probably give us the biggest threat.
Wait did he hit?
But from a 2x2, cover 6 is okay.
Wait 53.
So we're doing that. We're still playing the drags, and then we're still semi-protected from the four verts from this formation.
72.
Okay. So 3x1, we would go with the cover 4 if we think the verts is a threat. And then you can also trap with the invert. So 2x2s.
Wait 180.
Do that. Okay, and then we have that protection.
53 Linda.
A little risky there, but
Wait Alabama 380.
you can always go with the cover 4, right? So got some options here. Play games with it. Don't do the same thing over and over. Right? do the same thing over and over.
Wait,
So
set. 29. Alpha.
you kind of get the gist of it. I don't like buzz as much, so you can either match to mix it up. You still want to mix it up. Buzz you can do, but you get out leveraged on it. If the guy waits, he just doesn't do the edges like the match does, because mainly the match has the cornerback and the safety leveraging it, and the buzz does not. It has a linebacker. So I hope that helps. It's just a good trap play. So what we're doing is when they run a drag, we want to take it away on one down, and they probably won't run it the next down. Just have to play how they play. You know that. Palms, I don't run that right now. It gets me burnt too often playing as a safety. But if you not quite sure how it would do with this, so we'll just play it as is. Put him in a vertical.
Hey, 66.
Not bad.
Wait, set. 380.
Palms, just put him in a vertical. This is straight up palms. I'm not shading.
Alert. Wait, set. Wide 20.
Play either way, but I always want to be over the 3 receiver side when I play palms. Because them safeties can do some goofy ass shit.
Regular. Wait, set. Round 80. Round 80.
Just put the end on the 3 receiver side and a vertical hook.
Go bandit.
Switch concept gets you though in palms if somebody runs that. So some three receiver sets that aren't bunch can really make your safeties wig out, get torched.
Wait, hot.
Something to keep in mind.
Wait, 20 hot.
As you can see, it's doing a decent job,
Wait, set.
right? Not doing bad. Of course, he's throwing it really fucking quick. It's probably going to get out leveraged if he keeps running.
Wait, hot.
Okay, so that's just another option. I still like the.
Wait, set. 53.
I still like this better. I think. It's just a good trap.
Shadow.
You just got to remember he's going to get a free release.
Wait, set. Wait, 20.
If you're worried about the real right from the back, put that guy. But most of the time, I do it to the 3 receiver side.
20 hot.
Okay. All right, so I think that's going to be it for the vid. Tell me what you think. Try it out in the game. I haven't tried it. Yet. Fuckers caught me monologuing there. So let me know what you think.